One. Good evening, good day, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're plugging in from all over the world. Tonight's going to be another launch night, webinar, event. I love events, whether it's in person, at a home, on a webinar, or something huge, which is coming up in September. For those of you who haven't gotten your tickets yet, call me now. Get at me now because they're selling out quick. Over 5,000 people. Tonight we're interviewing one of Enagic's new superstars, Internet Marketers Pro, got a system, an educational platform, is killing it. Him and his team are winning because he knows how to get Enagic out there to the world so people can see the value and credibility of what we're doing around the world so they can achieve freedom lifestyle by achieving true health physically, financially, emotionally, and spiritually, baby. That's all we want. Freedom and health. Freedom and health. And that's going to give you peace of mind to tap into what you want to do with the rest of your life, investing in yourself. Whether for me, I want to spend every moment with my family, vacationing, snowboarding, surfing, rock climbing, just enjoying life. Not with the grind, but what you need to do is you need to learn skills. Skills. Now, you can do it like me. I'm the old-fashioned, network marketer, which, by the way, that's, there's only two ways to build. It's either belly to belly, in person, meeting people, dealing with warm markets, building a community and culture online, doing live events, getting people to events, or getting in front of multiple streams of exposure, or doing it how Nolan Xavier Johnson is doing it with his, what's your company's name again, brother?
NXJ Marketing.
NXJ Marketing. I mean, you're doing like what, $40,000 a month alone, just with your system that you created that you're blasting out. I mean, that's huge, brother. That's huge. I saw that webinar, man. It blew me away. It was cash flow secrets, high ticket items. Was that it, or is it high ticket items, cash flow secrets?
Yeah, that's the name of it. High ticket cash flow secrets.
High ticket cash flow secrets, man. You're what, 26, 27?
26 years old.
26 years old, already semi-retired, living the life of his dream. I saw you the other day, bro. You were car shopping. You either go with the Rolls Royce, the Bentley, the Lamborghini. I saw it, man. That's what people want. I love it, brother. You're doing it. So tonight it's about you, and everybody wants to know, how do you do it? What's the secret? So lay it out there. Kind of lay out why this education that you developed over a year or 2 years has put you in a perfect situation to where you found the right company that had that high ticket item, the need product. You implemented your skills. You implemented your knowledge. You applied it to Enagic and said, "This is a home. I'm done for life." So kind of educate us. And let us know just give us a little background. Tell us about yourself first, your story, how you guys started, and then what you're doing and how your teams are winning, because that's what tonight's call is about.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll just start from the beginning, and I'll tell the whole story from A to Z. And there's not a lot of people that know the whole story. So basically, I got introduced into the industry in 2015. It was a low-ticket MLM. We were selling energy drinks. And I built that for about a year and a half, and my biggest month was only like $500 or $600 in 1 month. That was my biggest month. And so what happened was we were actually I was getting burned out, just selling to friends and family, and it got exhausting, and I was running out of people to talk to. And like I said, it was just that low ticket MLM. And so I got burned out from that after about a year and a half. And then I actually went into mortgage banking. I went into mortgage banking. I worked at Quicken Loans in Detroit for a couple of years. And that was my first taste of big money, really, crushing 5-figure months selling mortgages and really learning how to sell over the phone, learning how to counter objections, and isolate them and how to ask people, and basically just how to close anyone, no matter what their objection was. That's what they taught, and that's what I learned. And then I kind of ran into Enagic on accident, actually. I saw a Facebook ad from a guy that was a top earner in that network marketing company that I was in 2015. And I clicked on it. I watched his webinar, and basically he was selling this course, this internet marketing course, for about $4,000. And I saw one of the testimonials after, and it was a guy that I had personally known that went through the course and was seeing success. So I reached out to him. His name was Tyler, and I said, "Hey Tyler, what's going on with this digital marketing thing? You know, you guys moved away from MLM. You're doing Facebook ads and stuff." And he's like, "Yeah." You know, he's like, "You can buy this $4,000 course, or he's like, you can buy this $4,000 water ionizer, and I'll give you the course for free." And so I was like, okay, well, you know, I don't really know if I want a water ionizer. I travel a lot. You know, I don't even drink water. I'm drinking a lot of energy drinks. I don't drink water. I don't want the ionizer. I was considering just buying the course. He's like, "No, dude, you might as well just buy the ionizer. Just get it shipped to your house, and then I'll give you the course for free." And I actually, I thought about it for a couple months. This was in like November of 2016. And then a couple months later, I quit my job at Quicken Loans, and I started a fake news blog where I was posting articles. It was fake news, and I was putting a bunch of Google ads on there, and it started to take off. I was actually making like $200-300 a day, and the blog got over 1 million hits. I was getting a lot of clicks to my Google AdWords, and I was like, you know what? Like, I wonder if I ran ads to that water ionizer on this fake news blog, if I would see more success, because Google really is not paying me much, 19 cents a click, 20 cents a click. And so I talked to Tyler, and he sent me, he's like, I can't get you the course for free anymore, but you should really buy one of these ionizers anyway. That way you can start selling them. And I'm like, they're $4,000 though, right? He's like, yeah. And he sent me a video. It was actually, Wadia, it was you in the video. And it was like a 10-minute demo on how the water works. I watched that. I remember my jaw was open the entire time, and I did not know water could do that. I thought water was just water. I thought our tap water was clean. I thought bottled water was healthy. I didn't even know you could change the pH of water. So I watched that demo, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, I want one. And I sent it to my mom. I said, check this out. Because every time I join a company, she joins too. So I sent it to my mom. She's like, wow. She's like, I want one. And she's like, but they're $4,000. I'm like, yeah, I know. She's like, Dad's going to kill me. I'm like, yeah, I know. And so she financed one from Tyler, and then I financed one. I bought one for my mom, and I put those ads on my fake news blog for Kangen water, and I didn't make any sales for like 2 months. It sucked. I had no Google ads, and my Enagic ads weren't working either. And so I'm like, shoot, is this really going to work? And then Tyler gave me kind of like this broken down system called the black box, where it really wasn't doing a whole lot of sales. And it was like this 2-hour webinar where someone would watch it. It would talk about internet marketing. It would talk about Enagic. And then they scheduled a free phone call after, and there was a script, and we would just get on the phone and we would close them. I'm probably the best phone salesman. I've never met a better phone salesman than me. I'm just being honest. So I would get on the phone with these kids, and I would just close them left and right, left and right, left and right. And I remember in the summer of 2017, I hit like 3A or 4A or something like that. Just buying these garbage leads and just turning them into Kangen water sales, you know, just selling the dream, selling the water, selling everything. And then I remember in the fall of 2017, I remember that the ads started to die down a little bit. You know, costs were going up. Facebook was increasing their cost per click. You know, we were seeing some market saturation, and cryptocurrency was taking off big time, you know, and I'm like, what if I just started focusing on, you know, cryptocurrency a little bit? And, you know, my friends are building this other MLM. So I kind of got distracted, and I completely did not build Enagic for like 11 or 12 months. You know, I was buying and selling crypto. I was building these other MLMs. I was playing Fortnite, and I got completely distracted, and I went completely broke, all the way down to zero. And then all my credit cards were maxed out. I had $9,000 in credit card debt, negative $500 in my bank account. Moved back in with my mom and dad. This was less than a year ago. This was last summer. And I remember my dad came in my room one time. He's like, you keep playing this Fortnite game. You're not making any money. He's like, your life's going nowhere. He's like, what's going on? I thought you were supposed to be this millionaire, right? He's like, last summer you were selling all these machines. Why don't you start selling them again? I'm like, oh, shoot, you're right. So I called my buddy Wayne. He was on my 4A. I'm like, dude, we got to build a new webinar. We got to sell these water systems. So we built this webinar. You guys can see it's at nolanswater.com. We spent a couple weeks building it. We launched it, and I maybe made like 1 or 2 sales, right? Selling them to these customers. And I was a little bit excited. I'm like, you know what? This black box was working. Let's dust it off and see if it works again, you know? And so I remember I fired it up. And I remember I did like 7 sales in my first 4 days after I fired it up. I'm like, okay, I'm back in business. I'm putting the pedal to the metal. I'm going full steam with Enagic. And I'm like, you know what would be even better than someone scheduling a free phone call and us talking to them? What if we sold them a course, right? What if we sold them like this black box mini course for $25 and we taught them, you know, how to do Facebook ads, how to build funnels, and then they're going to need a product to sell. After they buy our course, they're going to need to buy the water ionizer to go with it. That way they can start selling them. That way they can have a done-for-you system. That way they don't have to record a webinar or build a funnel or create their own ads. They can just use all of our stuff. And so I remember we created this course, and it started taking off a little bit. We were selling these courses here and there, and we were selling some machines. And then things started to pick up a little bit. And then the convention rolled around, Vegas, November, just a few months ago, right? 5-6 months ago, the Vegas convention in November. I remember I went there and the system was going a little bit. It was firing. We were doing maybe 5 sales a month, 10 sales a month from Facebook ads. And that event right there, Las Vegas, Nevada, November of 2018, lit a fire under my ass, and Travis was there too. I went there. I was blown away. I saw the culture. I saw the demo. I saw these guys that are -3, -4, -5. I met Eli. I met Cynthia. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going -3. I don't care who gets in my way. I don't care what gets in my way. I'm going -3. That event changed everything for me. And it changed everything for Travis. I remember when Travis left the event, he went from 0 to like 25 sales in no time. He just popped 4A just like that after the event, you know? And so I left that event, cranked up my ad spend. We started selling courses. We started selling machines. We started getting better at every single step in the process. And just last month, I mean, we probably did 30, 40 grand in course sales, ended up selling 35 machines just last month. And I hit 6A last month. Tons of rank advancements, tons of 2As, 3As, 4As in my business just popping ranks. And they're all going to the convention in June, and we're just getting started. You know, there's a lot of guys on my team, guys and girls, they're hungry. The system works. We're generating leads. We're getting paid to get leads for Enagic. And when I get on the phone with them, I close about 9 out of 10. And that's not an exaggeration. About 9 out of 10 when I get on the phone with them after they buy my course, as long as they have the money to get a machine, they're getting a machine, you know? And so I cannot stress enough like how important it is to go to these events. I'm getting everyone I can to San Diego in June. Tickets are on sale right now, only $149 until the 21st. So lock it in right now. Call me, call Wadia, get a ticket right now. We got an Airbnb. It sleeps 12 people. It's only going to be $60 each a night. So make sure you make it to San Diego in June. We're just getting started. We're putting together the game plan. The next 3 to 5 years, I'm going -5. I'm going to create a bunch of -4s, -3s, -2s. And 100 6As. You know, that's the goal. That's what we're doing. Enagic is it, because these other companies are fly by night. You know, I joined this low ticket MLM. It's not even in business anymore. You know, they're here today, gone tomorrow. Cryptocurrency is up and then down. You know, you don't want to have all your eggs in those baskets. Enagic is the only basket that's going to be there long term, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. So start building, get deep rooted, build wide, build deep, hit 6A, help everyone you meet hit 6A. Everyone should be drinking the water. Everyone needs a machine. The machines last forever. Why don't you have one? You know? And so that's our motto. It's just a win-win, you know? Who doesn't want to be healthier and who doesn't want to make more money? That's our target audience. So we're running these ads. I mean, we've sold courses in over 30 different countries. We've sold machines in
Hey, Nolan,
10 to 15 different countries. Yeah.
is there a way that you could like maybe walk us through what you educate on through your system, so people can go like, well, tell me more about the system, or tell me more how I, what is this all about? What's the value? What am I going to gain? Is there a way you can walk us through it or something to pique people's interest? And
Yeah. So here's the process from A to Z, how we get someone on board. Number one, you got to run a catchy ad on Facebook, right? And when people are going through Facebook, they don't want to see these normal ads. They scroll by them faster than they're normally scrolling, right? But what are people on social media doing? They're looking for spicy memes. They want to laugh, right? They're looking for memes. There's accounts on Instagram and Facebook that are huge, and they're just sharing memes. And so we took all of our ads and we turned them into memes that explain why they need to be selling high ticket, right? Why high ticket sales like Enagic is the best form of business model out there. And so you got to have a catchy meme. We put catchy memes all over the place. We run them in so many different countries. After they click on the webinar link right above the meme, they get taken over to like a 20-minute presentation that explains why they need to be selling high ticket items and why they need to be selling online and how to do it. Now, the key to a webinar is you really don't want to teach them anything. I know it sounds crazy. You don't want to teach them anything. You want to sell them on your course, and you want to sell them on why they need to be doing high ticket, right? If you watch my webinar, you'll notice I don't teach you how to actually find a product. I tell you why you need to be selling a high ticket item. I don't teach you how to set up a sales funnel. I tell you why you need to set up a sales funnel. You know, I don't teach anyone in the webinar how to run a Facebook ad. I tell them why they need to be running Facebook ads, right? And so at the end of the webinar, we sell them on our course that teaches them how to do the things, right? The webinar teaches them why, the course teaches them how. And so when they're going through the course, they're learning how to set up a sales funnel, how to find a high ticket item, how to run a Facebook ad. And we offer coaching. And while they're going through, they're saying, wow, this is awesome. I know how to set up a funnel. I know how to set up ads. I have a coach. The only thing I'm missing is a product, right? And do people really want to go out there and split test a bunch of different funnels and webinars and ads and go through the trial and error and try to find something and see if it sticks? And then what if it's not hot? What if it doesn't take off? And they're like, well, what are you guys selling, right? And they're not going to trust anyone more than the person that they bought the course from. So they reach out to us and they say, hey, Nolan, I bought your course. I have everything I need. I'm just looking for a product to sell. You know, we send them some information on Enagic, and they're sold. That demo that Wadia does, that is literally responsible for about 80% of our sales. And they watch that and they're like, wow, I did not know water could do that. I have so many screenshots of so many emails saying, I want one. How do I get one? How do I start selling these? This is the best product I've ever seen. Holy shit, I didn't know water could actually do that, right? That's what they email us. And we get on the phone with them, and then 20 minutes later, we're adding them to the Facebook page saying, hey, congratulations. This is Jacob. He just bought his machine. He's ready to get going. He's excited. He's going 6A this year, right? That's the process right there. You know?
Nolan, is there a way you can do a share screen where you can show us what you're teaching on your system? Because I know you can show us, and of course they'd have to buy it in order to see the video. but is there a way you can kind of show everybody so they can go, oh, okay, I'm going to be learning pixels. I'm going to be learning Facebook ads. I'm going to be learning this, and that. Because, I mean, I was just actually on it a while ago, and I was like, wow, this is like, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of content. Is there a way that you can do that?
Yeah, let me show you guys. Can you see my screen?
People, yeah, I do.
Okay, so okay, so here's the course. You guys just paid $197. Here's your course. So you'll notice how the first video, it says finding a product to sell, right? They have 3 options. They can do affiliate marketing. They can go to Google and they can find something. They can create their own product. A digital product is really not that hard to create. Or they can copy us, sell what we're selling, right? And I tell them in this video that this is the most common, this is the recommended route if you're new. Most of them are new. So after if they want to copy us, they just send us an email. Please reach out to us for information on the recommended product. You can email us right there. So we get emails all day long. Hi, my name is Jacob. I'm looking for the recommended product. What do you recommend I start selling? Right? So they email us and we get them all set up with Enagic. Now, if they want to sell something else, this course is not just to generate sales for Enagic. This course, people have gone through this course and created sales funnels and ads and systems around other high-ticket items, and they're crushing it. This training works for any high-ticket item out there. So there's people that learn how to create their own webinar using Google Slides. They learn how to build a funnel. They learn how to set up a webinar page, a scheduling page, a thank you page, an order page, a confirmation page, how to even put all the legal documents at the bottom of their site, right? Privacy policy, earnings disclaimer, terms and conditions, how to get a custom domain for their funnel and how to test it and make sure everything's running properly. And then after they set up their funnel, they learn Facebook ads. They learn how to create a Facebook page. They learn everything about pixels, custom conversions, audiences, lookalike audiences, traffic campaigns, custom columns, conversion campaigns. They're going through these videos and they're coming out the last video basically an expert on Facebook ads. And then after that, there's mobile one-on-one coaching where if they have any questions, they can add me on Voxer and I Vox them back and I walk them through how to sell high-ticket items online. And then obviously if they need some additional help, they can email us. But basically this course is showing them how to set up, how to find a product to sell, how to build the funnel, and how to run the ads. Now, they can go through the long way. They can go out there and find a product, but they have to build an entire system around that product. And it might not even work. That's expensive. Now, we've spent tens of thousands of dollars a month just testing pages and ads and videos and different webinars, like all that stuff. That's what we did. And we tell them that they don't have to go through that, right? Why would you go through everything that we've learned, right? Why don't you just copy us right off the bat? You can cut to the front of the line and do exactly what we're doing right now. You can run a funnel that converts extremely well. You can use a webinar that converts extremely well. You can use ads that get tons of clicks that have been split tested with over 1 million impressions, right? And so the most common option is everyone just wants to copy us, sell what we're selling. They email us. We get them set up with Enagic. And there's a lot of things that we look for when it comes down to finding a high-ticket item to sell. There's a big checklist. When someone says, hey, I'm looking for a product to sell, what do you look for? What's a checklist? And I say, number one, it has to solve a problem. It cannot be this very niche product, right? It can't be like this really big machine that like carves things out of metal. Like that's such a niche product where there's a small market for it, right? With the Kangen water ionizer, everyone in the world needs clean water, right? So it has to solve a big problem. It has to have a big market for it. It has to be international. That's a huge bonus because if you're just running your ads in the US, you know, you're limiting yourself from other countries where you could possibly get cheaper clicks and cheaper sales. And And so Enagic is all over the world. That's another thing we look for. And then obviously it's got to pay big commissions, right? It can't be something that pays 10 or 20 bucks a sale, because you have to make hundreds of sales every single month to make a full-time income. Enagic pays up to $2,000 a sale. And so that's a bonus right there. And the kicker, this is something that nobody ever has. There are other products that solve big problems. There are other products that pay big commissions. There are other products that you can sell in all these other countries. But the problem with all those other products is you only get paid when you're making sales. You only get paid when your ads are running. So the fact that Enagic is high ticket, big checks, and pays 8 levels deep, and even more than that, if you're getting the educational bonus, that's just the bonus, you know? I mean, that's something that nobody else is doing. It's a hybrid. It's high ticket sales and it's a multi-tier affiliate program that's high ticket. It solves a big problem. Nobody else is doing that. Best product, best comp plan, best company. The system works for it. All the stars are aligning. Everyone's getting on board. We're seeing massive growth right now. I mean, there's, I hate to say it, but right now we have so many emails and leads and people looking to join Enagic that we have like a waiting list of people that are waiting to get their machine ordered. And we're just calling them up one by one and just getting them rolling with Enagic.
Hey, Nolan, someone asked a question. What kind of audience are you targeting?
That's a really good question. So right now we're actually running ads. It depends if you're looking to bring on a customer or a business builder. I'll start with a customer. So for the customers, we're targeting people that are over the age of 30. And what we have found a good interest is people that are into, whole foods and like organic foods, right? People that like the Whole Foods Market, that page, are people that are more health conscious and they're willing to pay a little extra to be healthier, right? Those are the types of people that we want to see the video ad on the Kangen water. So we target the people that like the Whole Foods page and they know what alkalinity means, right? And we target basically countries that primarily speak English, that have pretty good consumer spending, where people have a decent amount of money. So that'd be like Australia, US, Canada, UK, Ireland, and some countries in Europe. So that's for people that are just coming on for customers. Now, when it comes down to people that we're looking to bring on board on the affiliate side to sell the machines, we run a lot of memes and ads to people that are doing drop shipping right now, and they're really kind of getting their butt kicked and losing a ton of money doing drop shipping. And so we target people that are interested in like the Shopify page, drop shipping. We'll target people that follow Ty Lopez and their digital marketers. So those are some of the interests that we put in when we're running an ad to bring on affiliates. Now, the cool thing about Facebook ads is once you have some data, once you've driven some traffic, once you've made some sales and gotten a bunch of people to watch the webinar, Facebook is so smart that they have an advanced algorithm that will make an audience of people that are extremely likely to click on your ad and buy your product. It's called the lookalike audience. So we make lookalike audiences from the pages on our funnel. That way we can increase our cost per click and get better numbers. I don't want to go too advanced into that because it's going to kind of sound Greek to someone who's never ran a Facebook ad. But basically, the easiest way to explain it is Facebook is a really, really, really smart giant. They're a giant platform. They got a lot of data. They're really smart. And the more ads you run, the smarter it gets. The more people buy this, like every time someone buys your product, Facebook gets smarter. Like, okay, now we know who we're looking for. Another person buys and like, okay, that type of person bought, this type of person bought, this type of person didn't buy. So we're going to put the ads in front of these types of people, and Facebook will get smarter over time and they'll realize who's going to buy and who's not. That way you can limit who sees your ad and who doesn't. Hopefully that makes sense. Whoever asked that question.
Yeah, I know it does. It does. I'm just glad you got to do this and show everybody kind of more into detail because it shows people the value. So, and I appreciate it, brother. I mean, so you covered a lot of ground tonight. You covered why it's important to learn this type of skill set with internet marketing and Facebook ads. Why Enagic is the only company that you should plant your flag and call it home because of the high ticket item, because it's a need product, and I don't know if we mentioned it, because of the opportunity in the comp plan, over 70% commission. So, I mean, think about it. Nolan says he sold, what, over 35 sales last month? So let's just say those were all K8s. Let's just say it was a full pay. And let's just say he's getting all 8 points. That's $2,700. That's 2,700 times, what is it, 35? That's $94,500, and he's doing like 80-90% direct sales. Hello, you guys seeing the math? Direct sales. Then he teaches somebody how to plug in to a system that they can learn from and duplicate that process, where he's still going to be making a huge portion of the profit, because remember, they're starting off as a 1A or a 2A or a 3A, and he's getting either 7 points, 6 points, or 5 points. Do the math, guys. Enagic is a need product. It's a technology. It's revolutionizing the healthcare. We started the trend and movement of alkaline water with Kangen water. We have the highest payout. You know what I mean? You don't have to move thousands of people or move thousands of products and get a small little percentage. It's not like that at all. And we have systems in place. You just need to educate yourself, guys. Educate yourself. Now, it's different. Me, I'm just here to take care of the family. I'm already pretty much semi-retired. You know, yeah, I can go out of my way and learn it, or I can have someone like Nolan or someone like who's mastered this thing go, create me a system. But besides that, I'd rather help you guys. I want you guys to win. It's about you. And that's why I'm here interviewing Nolan Johnson, because the reason why I want you guys to relate to somebody who probably most likely for you millennials is close to your age. He just started running at this thing. You heard what he said. November is when he started running at this thing, because he was kind of like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Not quite sure. I said, bro, come out here, fly out to Las Vegas, come hang out with me, my dad, come hang out with some of the young millennials. He saw the vision. He said, oh my God, I'm sold. That's why going to an event is so dang important, guys. Enagic is throwing the biggest event they've ever thrown in their life. And in the 45 years Enagic has been around, over 5,000 people, and about 5,000 people, we're having special dinner with Mr. Oshiro Thursday night. If you ranked up from last year to November 30th, you're going to be at that special dinner with Mr. Oshiro. Okay, that's Thursday. During the day on Thursday is golf day. Why? Enagic owns a golf course. We own a country club in San Diego. So we're going to be golfing with Mr. Oshiro, enjoying the lifestyle, seeing the vision from the corporate leader himself, from the CEO, Mr. Oshiro himself, then a private dinner, then Friday. Man, unbelievable outstanding trainings that are going to just blow your mind and give you all the exposure to 45 years of vision of Enagic all in those 2 days. I know one of the nights Enagic has renting out a nightclub. That's what I heard personally from corporate. Hopefully they're sticking to it. They're renting out a whole nightclub so they can move the after party to the nightclub. I don't know if it's Friday night or Saturday night, but then Friday and Saturday are the massive trainings. We're going to be having masterminds in the evening time if it's not at the nightclub. And on Sunday, back at the country club, join golf course. It's lifestyle, baby. This is what we do. We empower, we educate, and we entertain. That's what we give. Freedom and health, baby. So these are the skill sets. For those of you who don't know about his program, man, get it. It's $200. It's nothing. If you don't have it, get it. Learn it. You know what I'm saying? Get the skill set, master it. You'll have the foundation. Run at it. Do whatever you can. Learn it. Because once you know it, man, you know it for life. And then it's just on autopilot once you plug it in. So, man, Nolan, I couldn't thank you enough, brother, for being on this call, for sharing, your wisdom, your knowledge, your systems that you have to help other people in Enagic. because that's what it's about, man. It's about tools. You know what I mean? Just like if you're going to build a house, you're going to build an infrastructure here in society. You need tools. You need blueprints. You need formulas. You need the skills in order to have an amazing established foundation. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give you the means to have an established foundation so you can have a successful business. And, man, I think you nailed it, Nolan. I mean, you nailed it tonight. I'm not quite sure what else you can add. There's a few questions here. Last question. When someone buys a machine, how do you engage the person that just bought in the business? When someone buys a machine, how do you engage the person that just bought in the business? You follow that?
What do you mean? How do you engage them? Like, how do you get them motivated? Like, how do you get them making money?
I don't know. It's when someone buys a machine, how do you engage the person? I think, maybe I can help answer that. It's very simple. When someone buys the technology, they're open. They're a sponge. They're saying, show me the vision. Show me the value. Show me everything, the ins and out. And it's your job to help them shorten the learning curve to all of the opportunity of Enagic, the technology, the opportunity, the different skills and different approaches with the opportunity, where it's internet marketing, Facebook advertising, whether it's belly to belly, teaching them a demo, or whether it's just sharing information and doing 3 ways in webinars and getting them to events. There's multiple ways to do this. It's really about your personality, what you want to engage into, and what the audience's personality, and what, like, for instance, they might like something more passive. If they want something more passive, they're going to do what Nolan's doing. They're going to do what these guys are doing on Facebook ads and internet marketing. If there's somebody who says, hey, I want to do a little bit more, I want to motivate, I want to inspire, I want to empower, then they're going to dive in self-development, and they're going to educate people and share information and do 3 ways and webinars. I mean, there's 2 fastest growing teams in Enagic that are doing over 1,000 machine sales a month. That's one. That's the internet marketers, who are utilizing Facebook ads and internet marketing, and then those that are honestly teaching people how to do a simple demo, simple, pH drop, T, get them in front of the information and say, hey, Enagic's going to give you 30 days to try this out. If you're in the U.S., try it out, see if you love it. Once you love it, you fall in love with it, we'll show you how to get it to all your friends and family, and it just starts doing a domino effect. That's how me and my dad built. You guys have to understand something. I never utilized internet marketing. I never utilized Facebook ads, and me and my dad's team is about 300,000 people. I have the paper that Enagic gave us. 300,000 people. So what did that tell you? That tells you we did it the old-fashioned way, which is belly to belly and calling people and dealing with warm markets. But who did we attract? We attracted everybody. So we even attracted internet marketers. We even attracted people who mastered Facebook ads. So now people like Nolan can educate you to say, hey, you can do both. And I'll create a little system. It doesn't cost you much. Buy it. Educate yourself. If you have a question, give me a call. I'll answer. And then you just got to do your due diligence to master it, And then once you got it going, man, your business is rocking and rolling, because that's what it's about. I think it's about numbers. Some people are like saying, hey, now that I see the value, now I need to get in front of people. What's the best way to get in front of people? This is one of the best ways to get in front of people. Utilizing systems that are out there, social media, internet marketing, Facebook advertising, and then building relationships, building culture, building community, because that was one thing me and Nolan had a big conversation about. He was saying, hey, how can I improve? Now I'm getting all these people coming in. What's the glue? I said, the glue is the community. The glue is the culture. The glue is getting them to like these events and showing the vision, showing the lifestyle, creating brotherhood. That's the glue, right? Because otherwise they're going to be like, wow, awesome, great, but there's no real connection, no real relationship, so I'm going to lose interest. But when you create that bond, that relationship, now they're like, oh, yeah, I love you. I love the company. I love this system. It's amazing. And then that's even that much better. That's what network marketing is about, people helping people, building relationships. So I think that's it, bro. There's no other questions unless you feel like you got something else that needs to be added.
I mean, yeah, I'm open for any questions that anyone has at all, really, about, like Enagic or how to sell online. I that was like the first time I've ever told my story from start to finish. A lot of people don't even know the full story. They don't know where I came from. They don't know I took a break. They don't know I took my eye off the ball, and then I went absolutely broke, and then built it all the way back up. You know, and so, and I'm just so excited because, you know, this is something that we're going to be running with for a long time. Did you have a budget when you started online? Yeah, my budget was the available credit on my mom's credit card, and I put that into Facebook ads, and I had to sell her on it. You know, I'm a pretty good salesman, and so I told my mom, "Hey, Mom, listen, I can set up these funnels, I can do these webinars, I can run these ads, but I'm literally all my credit cards are maxed out, and I have negative $500 in the bank. I'm getting hit with overdraft fees. I need your card to run some Facebook ads." And so he didn't even hesitate. Put her card on file. I ran some Facebook ads, sold the machine, reinvested the money, bought some more ads, sold another machine, and I just kept going. And that was less than a year ago. That was like 8 months ago.
Hey, hold on. I want to mute everybody, brother. Hold on. Oh, okay, great. All right, beautiful. Nolan, go ahead and unmute yourself real quick.
Yeah, mom of the century. That's right. Well, I'm building her a house.
Amazing. So Nolan, bro, I appreciate you 110%. You've delivered so much information, so much knowledge tonight. Hey, look, stay on right now, Nolan. Stay on, because I see one of my other Kung and King brothers right now. The guy, for those of you who've heard of Gaz, right? This is the guy who started it, and I know just some brief stuff about it. Like, for instance, it's an educational platform that they've created, a company within Enagic, like Nolan's doing. Right now, they're doing about $500,000 a month. They're probably paying out over $200,000. They have a whole infrastructure, employees, and that's generating over probably 1,500 to 1,000 sales a month. They call Enagic home. They planted their flag here, and you guys tonight are going to be privileged to. Not only did you hear from Nolan, because I want you to see somebody who's experienced, who's killing it, who's young, who's only been in for, I would say, brother, November is when you started, Nolan, because that's when you got started. So November, you hit 6A. It's been 6A in 5 months, 6 months.
Yeah, since then, yeah.
That's crazy. That's amazing. Now, for me, it took me 10 months, which was the old-fashioned way, right? And then now we got Matthew Jang. I see him there. Do you guys know he went 6A in a day? Whoa, 6A in a day. He went 6A 2-3 in 10 months, less than a year. And he went 6A 2-4 the next year after that. And he just wants to help. And Matthew, bro, I see you, brother. You there? Yeah, unmute yourself, brother. There you are.
How you guys all doing? Welcome. Thanks for having me all. And I wish I showed up earlier. Nolan, I've heard a lot of great things about you. And,
it's okay. I'm recording it. And tonight, bro, honestly, look, there's everybody loves Enagic as a company, as a manufacturer that's innovated the technology of ionization. And when it comes to the comp plan, they just want to give. The founder says you got to give before you can take, and you can see how huge his heart is through the comp plan. Through the comp plan, you see how much he gives. And so if my teams can say, hey, what is the fastest way I can grow? I always tell people, knowledge. You got to dive into self-development. Not just develop your mindset, but to develop your skills so you can implement the right skills to get the job done, to get to the destination that you want to be at. So what is the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is, yes, it's 6A 2-3 and above. That is the ultimate goal. And I'd say there's no better person to hear it from. There's two people. I don't have Dang on the call tonight. Dang did it my way, belly to belly, door, you know what I mean? And he went 6A 2-3, 6A 2-4 within the same time. But my teams already know that because they get that from me. You know what I mean? So they know that approach. But the approach that they don't know is the internet marketing side, is the Facebook advertisement side. They just heard Nolan, so they're like, wow, super excited. right? Now I want to hear from another legend, somebody who's got, like me, some time in the game. They're already developed. You're a 682-4. I just hit 682-4. Took me forever. One of my main leaders passed away 2 years ago. She passed away as a -2, which made her husband a -3, and they didn't place 6 sales in. So I would have been this -4 a year and a half ago. But thank God Enagic came out with E8PA, so I could go into my back office and say, what the heck? You know what I mean? And say, hey, bro, can we just place these 6 sales and call it a day? So thank God. Look, it's not about me. It's about you guys. Man, gas. I'm going to tell you something. You guys are rocking it. You guys got an amazing culture, an amazing community, lifestyle. You guys got these educational platforms that are here to really help people just achieve the dream. So man, the stage is yours, brother. Ultimately, the stage is yours. We appreciate your time and energy for being here.
Well, thank you so much for the intro. That was very kind of you. Thank you. And for Nolan, I would love to can you give me like a brief snippet of what you touched on? So I know you're a whiz with Facebook, and I don't want to overlap anything that you've already touched on, or like talk about the same things. I'll try and talk about something different that you didn't talk about, because I know you're a whiz with Facebook. So,
well, basically what I did is I just told them my story,
okay.
How I got started with Enagic, and then, how the system that we built, and then how it's changed over time.
Yep.
And I didn't really teach them how to run an ad or how to build a funnel, but I kind of just showed them like
little tough to do that in an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. By the way, too, let's connect after. I connect with corporate, and I love what you're doing. You're doing great moves, and I'll give you a couple of ideas on some stuff that you can do that'll help with that, because that looks awesome. And if you're doing that much that fast, dude, you're gonna blow this shit up, dude. Imagine what's gonna happen in the next year, 2 years, yeah. Dude. Well done, dude. Love seeing what you're doing.
I'm down.
Awesome. So what's up, guys? Hope you guys are all having a great night. And now there's a couple different ways, and now just like when we're just chatting with Noah, like there's a lot we can cover. There's not much, like I got about an hour and 10. I don't know how long you guys are able to stay for, but I got about an hour. And so wanted to think about like what the most I can give you in an hour of something that you can like actually take action on and run with. When it comes to getting, how many guys, just to get like a gauge of feedback, how many guys like have a fan page set up with Facebook, or you've run an ad before, or or do you know, not like I've never run an ad? I'd just love to see, like, if you guys can put in the comments, like, yes, I've run an ad, or like, I don't even have a fan page up. I just want to kind of gauge and see like where you guys are at. I just want to make sure I can speak directly to you guys. So never, and Travis, I'm sure you get this all the time, how you hit 6 in a day. The only reason I hit it in a day, I was in a previous organization, and they tried to basically hold me hostage and said they weren't going to pay me and our top affiliates because they heard we bought a Kangen machine when we were just doing it to be more productive and be healthier. We weren't even going to promote it because we did all online, and they held 50 grand from me and a bunch from our top affiliates and said that, and we weren't even going to promote it. And then they're like, oh, well, if you guys guarantee that you're going to stay with us forever, then we'll release your money. And I was like, wow, I really want to work with you guys. You guys make me feel nice and warm and fuzzy. That's a company I want to work with for the rest of my life. And so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll stay with you guys forever. I love people that hold me hostage. And we ended up leaving right away, and we already had Enagic machines, so we just moved one team over to here. So it wasn't like I started cold traffic and did it. I had a team already moving over. So it's kind of a little bit skewed results. It's not something that would normally happen. Okay, so yes, I've ran an ad. Yes. I ran an ad. Now I don't want to. Okay, so when it comes to ads, I might briefly talk about some of the stuff there. For me to get any deep into really anything, there's not going to be too much that I can go like fully deep on inside of here. I can give you guys a couple things that you guys can do and test. If you've ran an ad already, I just don't want to go too overboard. So there's a couple different strategies that you guys can do. Now, depending on how you guys are going to be marketing, and what your front-facing marketing materials are going to kind of change the way that I would do this approach. So for example, just to give you guys a little bit of an idea, like I have people that are like really good closing in person, on the phone, texting. Some of you guys might be good with that, right? If that's the case, all you need to do is, how do I get more people in front of me? I don't even need a funnel necessarily. I just need people get in front of me and I'll close them just on that. If that's what you feel, like you can do really, really simple ads without even using a link to a webinar or anything like that, that literally the call to action is just click the button or sorry, shoot me a message or comment more info, like something like that, or comment I'm in, or comment something. The reason why you want to do like people are, they do what you tell them to do. And so when you do a post, you want to try to think from a place like when you're writing copy, the one thing that I see a lot of people do is, hey, I just joined this business. It's awesome. We're doing all these cool things. You got to learn all about the water and it's great. And think about electrolyzed reduced water. And they start like throwing out all these fucking crazy terms about shit that people don't know. They don't, and they have no idea what you're talking about, right? A lot of times, like they use the techno babble. How many of you guys are familiar with Russell Brunson? Have you guys read any of Russell Brunson's stuff or seen any of his stuff? So he talks about techno babble. And it's what a lot of people do in the network marketing space, where they start going like, electrolyzed reduced water and capture pages and click-through rates, and they start using all this fancy language that no one knows what the heck you're talking about. And so when we really look at it, why did we make a buying decision? Why did we decide to join? If we can start to think about that and think about what gave us the epiphany that made us want to join, because the technobabble and the electrolyzed reduced water and all that crap, that wasn't why we joined, right? We had some sort of emotional response, whether we had some sort of line in the sand moment. For me, I was at a butcher shop making $9 an hour. I hated the job. I was like living in a rat-infested basement suite eating ramen noodles every day. And I was just at the point where I was just like, I was so fed up with like the way that I was living that I was just wanting to find another solution and wanting to find a way to work online. And I tried so many different ways to make money online before, and like tried all these different programs and gimmicks and stupid shit. Like I did everything you could possibly think of. I did like email submits, data entry, affiliate marketing, blogging, SEO, like just dumb. Like a lot of it was just so dumb and so pointless. But I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have someone that would show me what to do. So I'm just kind of aimlessly running around with my head cut off. But I eventually got to the point where I was like, you know what? I can't do this. And so I went back to the butcher shop, and the epiphany that happened to me was I saw this kid that was retired at 19, living in Thailand, and he was talking about how he was doing all of this online. He was marketing online. He was running paid advertising to attract people to come to him. And I had this epiphany. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I don't need to go to my friends and family and be going all them and try and convince them to join whatever it is that I'm doing. Like, I can run paid advertising, but I need to have a high ticket offer so that I can afford to spend the money and then recoup that money back through paid advertising. Right? If I have a low ticket, like most MLM companies that are low ticket, you can't even afford to acquire the customer, right? You need to have something that pays you enough. We're so blessed that Enagic's not only high ticket, but it's multi-level as well. It's like it really starts becoming extremely, extremely profitable. Especially once you get to like the 4A, 5A point is when it really starts to take off, when you start making 4 points and up. And so I had the epiphany. I'm like, oh shit, I shouldn't be doing this offline. I shouldn't be doing all this. One, I need a mentor. And two, I need to find someone that's doing this online so I can attract people to come to me rather than me trying to go and try and hound people around. And so I saw it as leverage point. I'm like, man, I can be doing this from a laptop. I can travel around the world. Like that to me is what got me super excited. I've never been able to travel at all. Right. So I'm like, yeah, like that's what I need to do. That's what I need to talk about though. Right. The reason why I'm looping around that's what I'm talking about in a post. That's what I'm talking about in a video. I'm not talking about electrolyzed reduced water. I'm not talking about my marketing system. I'm not talking about the education platform. A lot of the times what I'm doing is I'm communicating my story and that's it. That's really all I'm talking about. If you look at it like facts tell, stories sell. And I'm sure a lot of you guys already are good at communicating your story. Now the only difference is taking that, putting it on video or in text and using it in an ad format, right? Now, this is going to be tough because I want to give you guys enough to go play around and test with, but I'm not going to be able to go deep on everything. And so I'm more than happy to be jumping out multiple times with you guys and show you guys a bunch of stuff. And I'm sure Nolan will be able to jam a bunch. I know you're killing it. So I'm going to jam.
What I'd like for you to touch on is one of the strategies you told me about was when you launch somebody.
I will touch on that for sure by the end of this.
And then another thing is just why is it that you chose Enagic, and why people should only focus on one company, one thing, because they only have so much energy and so much time, and why this should be the only thing they should be looking at. Okay,
so for one, so us as a culture as well, whenever you're building network marketing, like there's a very, 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 very finite group, like 0.00001% of network marketing that can run multiple network marketing offers successfully. It's very difficult because it's different than just running an affiliate campaign where you're marketing a product. right? In network marketing, you have to be building teams. And so like, that's a lot of time, effort, and energy to do it right. You can fuck it up and like be shitty with a bunch of teams, right? But to do it really well and like really build a good, solid team culture that allows people to produce and duplicate like crazy, it takes a lot of time, effort, and energy that you need to be focusing on. And so one, I've done a lot in the network marketing space. There's nothing that even come close to what we have. Like most of them, what they do is they have a shitty fucking product and they mark it up to pay a commission on it. Like that's the majority. Like when you look at most supplements, when you look at most of the industry, like most in network marketing, that's what it is. One, this is why I'm so pumped on it. I bought the product literally for the product without selling it first. Okay. Please go find me another network marketing company where you're going to buy the product just to have the product. Like for one, you don't. You only buy it because you're selling it. And that's the only reason why you do it. And most people, if they try and tell you otherwise, they're full of shit. Like they bought it because they wanted to sell it. Right? And so when you really look at it, for one, the value of the product alone, meaning you can actually create product-based marketing materials to attract customers without even looking at people that want to be in network marketing at all. It's actually a viable option because there will be a lot of, I know tons of people that buy the machine, never want to do the business ever. Like that's a good sign for a great company when you can actually have a big amount of people that all they want to do is be customers. That means your product's amazing and it's really well and it actually has a tremendous amount of value. Very hard to find in the network marketing space for one, but to be able to do that and have a comp plan like what they have here, it doesn't exist. Like there's a reason why I stopped everything that we were doing for network. So for network marketing, Enagic's the only one for us, for our entire community. We will have other affiliate offers, but that's training usually. It's going to be internet marketing education. It's going to be personal development events. It's going to be things that are going to help them become better at their business and better versions of themselves, but that all kind of come together and help them build that business. And then we'll do like little offers with like Amazon's affiliate program where, you know, you guys teach people how to like, I'm sure you guys recommend different books for people to read or cameras to buy or all these different things. Like, yeah, they should buy it through your Amazon affiliate link. So there's like that offer a little bit, but the main offer that we do on that end is this. And like, there's nothing that exists that pays out the way that it does with the value in a product. Like I could take this machine, go to my mom. If my mom was in a hospital bed, I already bought her a machine, but if she didn't have one, I could sell her a machine, take her money for it while she's in a hospital bed and feel good about it. Like I already bought her one and gave it to her, but I'm just saying like go find another company that you can do that. You can't really. And like every other company I was ever with, I would never sell it to my mom in a hospital bed. There's no chance. And so one, for me, in order for me to like plant my, like especially when I want to build long-term, I want a company that I can stake my claim with. And this ends up being by far better than anything that we've ever seen, especially with the space. And what's cool is when you can add the online spin to it. And I'm so pumped for you, Nolan, that you already tackled this. Cause that's like, you're already blowing it up and you just started to do this is going to get nuts. But it's so cool because now you can add the spin where you have high ticket, you have the duplication model. So the biggest thing is like one, dialing in a strategy that works online and then being able to have it simple enough to be able to duplicate and teach to a team that can replicate it. Sometimes what it can be tough, and I don't know where you're at with this, Nolan, but when we first started, we would build all of the funnels ourselves and teach people to build their funnels themselves. Fucking shit show. And it was really hard for people to get it because there's just so much to do. You know yourself, you built all your stuff yourself. It's not something you just throw together.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It takes time. I mean, a webinar, a funnel, that takes time. It's a lot of split testing, a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly. But when you build it and then let everyone else just use it, it's way easier for them to come in and now create results because you already know what you're doing. You already get it converting. So it's like for brand new people to get started, way easier to partner up with someone like that has the marketing materials already done. They got the funnel already converting. The process already works. All you have to do now is get the Facebook down, right? Or whatever traffic source that you're going to do. Facebook is what I would recommend on the start, in the beginning. Once you get a little bit more advanced, and I'm going to give you things that, so I'm going to touch on things that you're not going to do right now, but just to like plant it in your head to think for later. But like Facebook is where you start at. Once you get stuff that's really converting on Facebook, moving to YouTube, you're going to have way more scale and you can actually beat the cost as well. It's a little bit different platform. It's a whole other beast in itself. But once you nail Facebook, then the next would be move to YouTube. But for the very beginning, start with Facebook. Now, the biggest thing when it comes to Facebook, so, and to touch on what Wendy has said as well, I'm at the end, I'll give you guys a really cool little launch strategy that takes no advertising dollars at all. It is a warm market strategy, but It works so well. Like it's amazing. And I'll show you guys that all after, but I'll touch a little on a couple things. So when it comes to Facebook, the biggest thing that you're trying to do, and what I recommend and what I wish I did more of in the very beginning, was I didn't spend enough time building brand, right? I spent way too much time just going straight to sales. And I kick myself every day because I could have probably spent less money, put part of that budget towards branding, and built up a way bigger audience throughout this entire last 5 years. But I was so focused on just going for sales that I didn't build the brand as much at the same time. And don't get me wrong, like I have a decent audience, but it could be like 10 times the size without even me spending more. If I did like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Frank Kern, but it's like basically the intent-based branding strategy is the way I would go. So what it is what I did in the beginning, and it worked, don't get me wrong, but it was just go for sales. All I cared about, register for the webinar. I want to make sure that I'm getting leads for $2 to $3, and I want my CPA to be $100 or less. For those guys, if you don't know what a CPA is, it's cost to acquire a customer. And so for our platform, it's $99 a month on the front end. And so all I was looking for was, how do I get someone that's paying $99? I wanted to get them for at least under $200, $200 or less. And I knew at that model, I knew my customer lifetime value. These are other things that you guys should know too, and I'll give you guys this too. So customer lifetime value is something that you really need to know if you're going to be running paid advertising. You can't effectively be marketing if you don't know your numbers. Some of you, when you're just starting right now, you're not going to know all of the numbers yet if you don't have a lot of sales. But I'll give you guys the data just so you guys, or the numbers to calculate so you know that how to calculate these numbers. So your customer lifetime value is ultimately how much is a customer worth to me on average. That's all it is. So a little bit of a different model from the way that I do it. So because I have actually similar for Nolan, because Nolan's got, yours is $200 on the front end. Okay,
it's $200 on the front end.
Yeah.
And so we make a little bit of money selling a course to them. And then when they need a product to sell, we sell them a Kangen water system so they can start selling them. Perfect.
So similar thing to us, we sell $99 a month on the front end, and back in you go $200 back in. So same thing with Nolan then. So like how Nolan can do this, and if you guys are running Nolan's system and that's the way your guys are doing it, I'd always recommend you got to have some sort of front end. You got to have something there, whether it's a $200 or whatever it is, you got to have something there. The main part is to create a funded proposal. You want to basically create something that you can recoup your advertising costs on. That's basically all it's kind of there for, is to be able to kind of do that. And if you can make dollar for dollar back on your advertising costs, you're killing it. But even if you just offset some of your advertising costs with that, it really pays for itself. And so having that, so say for example, if I had, I'm gonna make up random numbers right now, but let's say I had 10,000, let's say I spent, how do I do this? I'll say I have 1,000 leads. Of those 1,000 leads, I say I have 10 buyers, right? And so I'm going to first, actually, this is going to be confusing. First, what I'll do is customer lifetime value. Just so you guys know how to calculate this. All you do is you take your total income that you've ever earned on this campaign. So in Enagic, total income, and then like in Nolan or anyone that's running that front end with the $200 front end, it will be total income generated from the front end and the back end, like all of your income generated on that campaign. You need to know what that number is. And then what you do is to find out how much each one of those $200 members are worth. You take the total amount of money that you've earned and you divide it by how many $200 members, right? So say I earned $100,000, right? And I had $100,000 and I had 100 $200 members, right? I would know that each one of those members was worth to me $1,000, right? Does that make sense? So if I know that, and on Enagic, I can just even randomly say this, once you're at like 4A and 6A, like on average, it's at least, your customer lifetime value will at least be 1,000, right? It'll at least be 1,000 probably by the time you're 6A, but at least by 6A, your customer lifetime value will be 1,000. And so if I know that, right, if we know that customer lifetime value is at least 1,000, then I can now afford to spend, up to $500 to acquire that customer, right? And it's totally okay. So what's cool here, so let's use the example here. Like if I were to come to you guys and I go, okay, Nolan's got a front end, it's $200, right? It's $200. And I said, would you pay $500 for a $200 sale? right? What are most people going to say in that situation?
Most people
It makes no sense. Why would you pay more money than you're making on that sale? Doesn't make sense. But if I know my numbers and I know that on average, a certain amount of those people upgrade to Enagic, so my average lifetime customer value of that $200 member is $1,000 in the long term, right? I know I'm going to eat money here and I'm going to lose a bit here because I make it back on the other end. But the only way I can do that is I have to know what my lifetime value is, right? If I don't know it's worth $1,000 at the end, it just looks like I'm losing money. And I've seen people that don't know their numbers that will shut off profitable campaigns because they're like, no, I'm spending too much money on the front end. I'm like, dude, you're tripling your money on the back. Like, what are you doing? Like, you gotta know those things. So customer lifetime value, you take the total amount of income you've earned and you divide it by the number of front-end sales, or you can, if you're going straight into Enagic, you divide it by the amount of members that you have in Enagic. That can give you an average number of what each member that works with you is worth. Once you know what that's worth, now you can know how much you can afford to spend to acquire one of those customers, right? So now, when I know that, right? So if I know my customer lifetime value, and again, I'm just going to throw a random, I say 1,000. If I know it's 1,000, like we got a lot of people on our team, their customer lifetime value is like 2,000, 2,400. Some have like 3,000. Like some are crazy. Like they're just nuts. But some are below that too, right? It's all over. So once you know the number specific, because they'll all be different for all of you guys, because some sell differently, some sell more than others, some sell different packages than others. You're going to find out for you what your customer lifetime value is. Then what you need to find out is what is your cost to acquire that customer, right? So I need to know if my customer lifetime value is 1,000, then my CPA, which is cost per acquisition, so cost to acquire a customer, I need that. If I know it's 1,000, I need it at least at 500, if not less. I would probably shoot for around 250. If I can shoot for about 250 to acquire a customer on the front end, like for Nolan, for a $200 thing on the front end, you can probably shoot for 250, 300 at a high end, and you probably do it way cheaper than that. But I'm saying like you can at least know that you can acquire a customer at that end, right? You can probably acquire them for under $50 if you really dial it
in. It's about $40. Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah, if you really dial it in. But for a brand new person, you can still be profitable at a 200, 300 person range. If you're skilled and you're doing retargeting and you're really doing dynamic sequences throughout your funnel, you can really bump that down quite a bit. I don't know if you're using SMS text on the funnel, but we just did that and it doubled our show up rate and doubled our sales. So super huge thing that we did on that end. Okay.
What is the SMX text?
Mobile text alerts. All it is just basically, if I don't know what platform you use for your webinar. If we use Webinar Jam for a couple of the ones that we run, and they can basically just put in a script and it allows them to put their phone number in on the front end and it just puts out a dynamic sequence. It's hooked up to an app, so I can go in and just send a text out to whoever, but it automatically sends them, instead of an email sequence, it has the email sequence, but also has a text sequence. So like, hey, thanks for registering. And then before it's like, hey, it's an hour before your webinar, make sure that you show up, stuff like that. But it's just through text, because you're just getting like it's people read text within an hour, where if you look at email, it takes them 10 to 12 hours on average to open. And so if you look at text, you're getting them to read 10 times faster than they're going to go in there. And when you go to email, I don't know if you know about deliverability rates, but I mean, you're lucky if 50% of your list even gets your email. And of the 50% that get your email, you're lucky if 30% of them open. And so it's a very, very small percentage compared to text, where you're pretty much 100% deliverability and like 98% open rate. So it costs a little bit, like it's a penny per text to send. So it can get pricey if you're running volume, but it's definitely worth it.
So we don't even do live webinars or email opt-ins or anything like that. It's just a recorded video sales letter with no email opt-in.
Wow, great. So you just send them straight to a sales letter, no opt-in.
Yeah, it's right from the ad. They click on a link and then right to a video sales letter. Sells the course.
Wow, well done. Well done. Do you have retargeting campaigns and stuff set up for that, obviously?
Yeah, retargeting campaigns have like 10 to 13x ROAS.
Damn. That's insane. Dude, you're going to be able to scale it. You're just going to get into the issue where you just have too many sales and you can't pick all the money up off the floor.
That's exactly what we're running into right now.
I got too much money coming in. What do I do with it all?
No, it's not that. It's if I crank up my ads too much, then I have too many emails and too many Enagic leads,
Yeah.
So I don't know how to close them all. And so I'm creating a new course with no coaching, no upsells, no product upsells. That way I can just scale it all the way up.
Yeah. Yeah. We can jam about it after, but you can set up like a call floor team that can handle all the sales, and it would completely pull all of that work off of yours, and the sales are just, that's what we do. We just have a full call floor that closes everything. So I don't ever touch the phone ever. I don't touch a phone. I don't touch my ads. I don't touch my funnels. I outsource everything. So it's like, if you're scaling with 13 times ROAS, like that's insane, bro. That's easy 100K months right out of the gate.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Dude, that's so awesome, bro. Well done. That's so sick. All right. So, okay. The only reason I wanted to touch on the numbers there is we got to know that Nolan knows his shit. So if you guys just follow what Nolan's doing, like you guys will be able to see it on there. The big thing when you guys are putting out content is now doing the combination of branding and sales. So I've done straight to sales, and I don't get me wrong, did really, really well, made a ton of money with it. But I could have made, with the same amount of budget, without me spending more, I could have been branding at the exact same time and building up a bigger audience. That's one thing that I didn't do a good enough job at in the very beginning, and it's one thing that I've shifted to for the last little bit. So what you can start doing is when you start to think about, it depends on the audience that you're trying to build. Now, if you think about your customer avatar, I don't know, have you ever gone into like a customer avatar and like, do you know what a customer avatar is? Like if you think about your perfect customer of the person you're trying to attract and work with, like I know for me, like the people that I'm trying to attract, I'm not looking for girls a lot of the time. It's like 23 to 35-year-old males that are pretty much millennials that are in my age range and that live in Canada. I pretty much leave it pretty open. So it's about like 30 million, but I know at least for that part. And it's for me, it's like, I want to work with people that are like fun, that are outgoing, that like want to travel and want to do a bunch of cool shit. Like that's who I go for. Now, normally your customer avatar is around you. Like it's around your age, give or take 10 years. And it's, you know, the hobbies that you like, the things that you like. This can help with targeting depending on the content that you're going to put out. So like I have a lot of travel type content, and a lot of the stuff that I talk about is like, I don't know, I got fascinated about mindset and personal development just because I wouldn't be here if I didn't focus on that stuff. And what's funny is like, yes, we teach a lot of internet marketing, but a big portion of what we really teach, a lot of it is mindset and personal development. And so I have a lot of content where I'm talking about whether it's, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like Dr. Don DeMartini or Dr. Dispenza, but I'm like really fascinated by those guys. So a lot of my content is personal development style, motivational, kind of inspirational style content. The stuff that I like talking about because it had such a big impact on my life. Now that not be you. You might not like that, right? And so you kind of got to figure out with you, like what type of value can you start to be providing to the marketplace with knowledge that you have. And so whether that's like, if you're looking for content to be able to do, like the easiest way, like you see, like I read a ton, is if you don't know something to talk about, like read a book on some sort of topic that you like, whether it's copywriting, whether it's one of Russell Brunson's books, whether it's a personal development book, whether it's whatever, super easy way to be able to come up with content. And if you take the model of like learn, do, teach, and just start to like learn something, apply it, and then teach it, and use your Facebook for the place to be able to go through and start sharing valuable content to the marketplace. If you start looking at this as like your income is going to be directly proportionate to the amount of value that you provide to the marketplace. So if you look at Nolan, he's creating a $200 course that provides value to the marketplace by showing them about high ticket offers and how to be able to leverage that. That's extremely valuable to the marketplace, right? So one, you'd have that, but what's on top of that? Because if a lot of people are marketing that, how do you separate yourself from everyone else that's marketing that, right? So how can you give your own spin, your own flair, your own knowledge and information and value on top of the system that Nolan put together so that they're going to go join you rather than joining Bob down the road that's also promoting Nolan's thing, right? So it's people buy from people they like, know, and trust. A lot of people try to talk too much about the business and too much about all these things. All your goal is to like build rapport with your audience so they like, know, and trust you. I could literally tomorrow run a campaign and get people to buy white socks from fucking Walmart if I wanted to. Like, because I have an audience of people that like, know, and trust me. It doesn't matter now. Once I've built that rapport with people, and now I'd never do that, obviously. But it's like, what I'm meaning is like, I could point it anywhere because I've built this rapport with this audience. And so if we can do a combination of value-based type videos and selling at the same time, right? That's where you can get a mix of both. What's funny is you see your ROI and your ROAS on your advertising and your conversion ads actually go up when you're doing value-based videos and then retargeting them with the conversion piece on that end. And you can kind of do even a layered structure to this. And I know I might be going a bit overboard. When you start getting to retargeting, then it just starts, for people that haven't run ads, like, what are you even talking about? How can I make this simple? Basically, if you retargeting is, say for example, I go and put out a value-based video that's a minute long. Other side point, minute long videos, especially for the value-based ones, are huge. They kind of manipulate the algorithm because Facebook really favors what percentage of a video did someone watch. So if I put a 10-minute video and someone watched 30 seconds of it, it's not even 10% of the video, right? But if I put a 1-minute video out and someone watches 30 seconds of it, that's 50% watched. Facebook sees it as, holy, they watched 50% of the video. Even though it's the same, they still only watch 30 seconds of it, right? So it gets sent out way more. You get way more exposure. Like I got tons of them that have millions of views on them because I get them for under a penny a view. Like it's super easy to be able to do. And now all of a sudden, once I have 1 million views, I can now go and create a custom audience based on people that have viewed that post. So I can go, I want to see people who have watched 10 seconds of this video, or people who have watched 25% of this video, or 50% of this video, or 100% of this video. And now I can take that audience and put a conversion video of, hey, buy my $200 high ticket program, or whatever it is that you're going on that front end. They've already seen me before. They already kind of know and they've learned something about me. I've probably already talked about my story a bit, so I've built a little bit of rapport with them. So now when I come and recommend this, they're like, oh, hell yeah, I remember that dude. I learned some stuff from him. I liked his story. I related with him. That's why I watched that much of the video, so I like it. I'm in, right? Now all of a sudden you're generating sales and you're actually building your brand at the exact same time. And so depending on the stuff that you want to be able to talk about, I mean, if you're getting into selling high ticket sales and that's what you're going to be promoting on the front end, that would be a lot of the topics that I would talk about. I would be talking about why, like different things about why. So a big part is one video that you guys can all do right now is get really good at telling your story. You want to get to the point where you've told your story so many times, especially we're in a lifestyle business and we're in like a multi-level marketing. We're in a people business, right? You have to get so good at telling your story and you got to be telling it so much that you're like so sick of telling it. Like you're like, I tell this so much, I don't even want to talk about this anymore. I'm so sick of telling it. And when you're at that point, tell it 10 times more. Like you literally got to tell it so much. It seems annoying to you because you're telling it over and over and over again. But there's a lot of people that are just seeing it for the first time. And that's the biggest way to really build rapport and connection with people. No one cares about your cars. No one cares about your fancy house. No one cares about the cool fucking shit. Like people want to see the struggle that you went through, the story that you went through. What was your line in the sand moment? Why did you actually decide to do this? Like when I talk about my story, like I was literally making $9 an hour going into my overdraft. That was $500 a week. It's supposed to be for emergencies. I was using it weekly like it was $500 in my bank account. So I'm constantly at like negative $267 in my bank account. I'm eating fucking ramen noodles every month. I'm depressed as hell at my job. I get home every day and I'm cracking out 6 beers every night because I'm just so depressed with the way that my life is that I don't even want to fucking live anymore. I hated the way that my life was and it sucked. And I just didn't know what the heck to do. I barely graduated high school. I dropped out of college first year. I didn't know what the heck I was going to do. I didn't think, like, I thought I was going to be doing more by this point in my life. And as soon as I was able to go and see, and now all of a sudden I tried so many different ways to like make money online or try different businesses. None of them all work. So I just thought, you know what? Maybe there's only magical people like Nolan that can just extract money from the internet and it's just not for me, you know, like maybe that's just it. Right. And so I kind of gave up and I was like, you know what, I'm done. And then all of a sudden I see this video of this little punk kid in 19 years old, making 20 grand a month, traveling in Thailand, living the life. And I'm like, what is this? Like, I finally was like, that's something that like I need to learn from this guy. I need to find out what he knows. I need him to teach me. I need him to show me everything that he's doing. I don't care what I need to do. This is the guy I need to follow with. And I followed him and I plugged in and I finally had a mentor. I finally had someone that was willing to show me the ropes and map out everything for me and give me the right training and show me the right skills that I needed to learn and develop. And now I've been able to create a life that most people dream of, right? But I'm not like the reason people are ever going to connect with me on that story is a lot of the times when I talk about the struggle. A lot of times the stuff that you don't want to talk about, like I don't like talking about going into my overdraft and living in a basement suite that literally rats would shit all over my room. Like I don't like talking about that. It's embarrassing to me. Like it's not fun for me to talk about. But
Matthew, real quick, you see, tell your story. Are you doing that as an ad? Are you doing that as a webinar? How are you structuring that?
I'm doing it everywhere. I'm doing it in live videos. I'm doing it on personal videos. I literally want this everywhere. And
Okay.
so this is if I'm on a webinar, I'm telling my story on a webinar too, right? But I'm telling it everywhere. Like, but specifically on an ad video, like I would shoot this in a 3-minute video or less. I would shoot your why video of like your line in the sand moment and your story, you know, and start it with like, you know, back when I was 19, I was making $9 an hour. I was doing this. I didn't know. So start there. Like start with this, right? And then kind of talk about the journey and like why you had the line in the sand moment, kind of your why video. I can send you guys actually something right now that'll give you guys a framework. And this is from Dennis Yu. So for you guys, I don't know if you guys know Dennis Yu. Nolan, do you know Dennis? He owns Dennis Yu. He owns Blitzmetrics. He spent $1 billion on Facebook. One of the top dudes on Facebook.
I mean, the name rings a bell, but I can't put a face to it.
Okay. I will pull up blitzmetrics.com. I'm going to pull up this link. So this is perfect. This is what a why video is. And I'll send this to all of you guys right now in the chat here. So you guys all have this. This will give different explanations of what a why video is. Like this is a really powerful positioning statement for people to get to know, like, know, and trust you. Again, that's a really big part of what we're doing. And what's really cool, I don't know how much branding stuff that you put in the front, Nolan, but when you start doing that, and you probably already do if you're getting that high of an ROI, and if you're not, I'm sick to see what the type of ROI would be on top of that, because that's insane. If you're getting 13, that's well done. And so these type of videos, so specifically 1-minute videos and why videos. Now, big thing with Facebook, you know, a lot of the time what we were taught to do, right? You shoot the video like this, right? A lot of the times that's how you shoot it and you upload it like that. So when it uploads to Facebook, it's widescreen. That's not the way that we want to do it now. Now we can shoot the video like this. We want the video edited to show up like this, and I'll show you why. If I look at my Facebook newsfeed, and all of you guys can pull out your phones and look in your newsfeed right now, and you'll see this. And you'll see the people that really know how to market, and you'll see the people that don't. And you look at, especially in ads, you'll see this. Like anyone that really understands marketing and advertising, every single one of them will do it with this. So, wow, I'm really surprised that I can't find an ad. Usually I see ads everywhere. So here, something like this, you see how little space that takes? It takes up this tiny little bit. And there's another post competing with this person there. There's another post there. It only takes that tiny little bit of the screen up, right? Now look at this. I'll find something else, right? If I were to do even like this, a long form post, look how much more of the screen it takes up. It takes up my whole damn screen, right? And I'll pull up a different one of something like that I run. And so you can shoot it wide, but what you want to do is you want to edit at least. You probably have seen these videos where you edit a block on the top and the bottom. The top has a headline, the bottom has subtitles, but it's long. So the dimensions are 1080 by 1350 if you want to do the dimensions of the video. 1080 by 1350, at least do 1080 by 1080. That's a square and it'll at least take up more space, but I would always recommend 1080 by 1350 and make it long to take up as much. When we think about it, we're paying for advertising to take up real estate. I want all of it. I want as much real estate as I can get. I don't want other people. I don't want someone looking at my video. I don't want anyone seeing anyone else but me. That's it. I don't want someone seeing another competing post because my video is wide, right? I want to take up all the space. So if you look at something, oh geez. So it's something like that where I'm long and I'm taking up the whole feed of the space, right? So that's what we want to be able to do. So you can shoot it wide if you want to. And what you do is you edit blocks on the top. You put the dimensions to 1080 by 1350. The video will sit in the middle. There'll be blocks on the top and the bottom. Put a headline on the top and put captions. If you guys are going to do videos, your videos need to have captions. At least have it on Facebook. Like the Facebook captions, I know they suck and they don't actually get all the words all the time. So there's two ways to do it. You can use Facebook's captions that will automatically do it, and they'll automatically take your video and just give you what the captions are. Make sure that you put the setting to keep the captions on even if their sound is on, okay? So there's a weird thing, I don't know what psychologically makes people do this, but people are watch way more videos if the subtitles are on, even when the sound is on. Right? So a lot of people, the subtitles only show, normally the subtitles when you use Facebook's, they would only show if your sound was off, right? and then someone turns the sound on, the subtitles go away. We don't want that. We want the subtitles on. It creates more engagement, and it keeps people sticking on the video longer. You're going to see your average watch time go up. You're going to see your costs go down, specifically if you're using video. So we want to make sure that every video that we put out, we have captions on it, at least using Facebook's. They do it for you for free, super easy to do. They'll mess up probably a tenth of the words, but people will get the gist of it, right? And you can go through and edit it if you want to. Another way to do it is you can use rev.com.
Hey, brother, is there a way that you can quickly share your screen and show that as one of your videos?
Yep. Here, let me just pull. It doesn't look as good on a computer. Like, you want to see it on a phone. Most of you guys, like, I don't know, Nolan, you'll know this, but the majority of traffic on Facebook is mobile. Like, most people are on their phone. And so we want to create things that are optimized for mobile. No one's really on their desktop besides us as marketers that are placing ads, really. Like, most people that just use Facebook aren't on here. I will show you it, but it's not going to look as nice on the desktop as it does on your phone.
Oh, okay.
So I'll pull up. Yeah, this looks awful, but I'll show you guys anyways. Okay, I know I'm talking really fast, guys, and I apologize. I just want to make sure that I get like as much in here as I possibly can. So this is like I've burnt through a lot of fan pages. We definitely played the gray area a lot of times. So we've burnt through a lot, but this is like my 5th one or something. So see, it doesn't look like this on mobile. On mobile, you just see right here, and it fills up your whole phone.
Yeah.
So I have videos like that. So something like that. Like, I got, what, 5 million people reached on that.
Whoa.
What do we got on others? So, like, these are all organic. I haven't boosted any of these. But, like, for videos like that I boost, the main goal that I'm trying to do, if I'm going to do retargeting, for this, all I'm aiming to do on this video, I want this to generate me views for at least a penny or less. That's all I'm looking for. And if I can generate views for a penny or less, then I'm going to retarget them later with the conversion piece where I'm saying, hey, join the webinar. Hey, do this. And I do most of those with a dark post. So if you come to my fan page, all you're going to see is value-based stuff. You're not going to see anything that tells you to go to my webinar or go to anything like that. But if you've come up on any of my ads, that's where you'll see those. But they're dark posts that don't live on my page. So dark post is an ad that doesn't show up on your fan page if people go to look on it. It only shows up as an ad. So I'll pull up like a couple other, so stuff like this, and it doesn't look good like this. But like this one's not, this is okay. I didn't even really boost this too much, but like 38,000 reach, something like this, like 100,000 reach. And so it's just simple, right? Clean blocks on the top, white or black. You can get fancy if you want to, but the point is you don't have to. You don't have to make it fancy. You can make it pretty simple and clean. If I do a vlog style one, the only reason this is produced like this is like, this was like professionally edited by one of our videographers. But majority of the time I'm doing 1080 by 1350. So like this, 774,000. Can we mute whoever's there? So that's what they're looking like. So we want to do long. This is what's going to get us the cheapest cost, the biggest reach, because we're taking up the most space in the newsfeed. And by looking, so all of the pieces, the biggest pieces here, subtitles, the dimensions, making it 1080 by 1350. Progress bar, it's not the biggest deal. You can get away without doing it. It's only going to be incremental. If you want to go above and beyond, then do it. But even if you don't do the progress bar, you're fine. It's called a keyframe. If you're looking up how to do that in a video editing software, it's called a keyframe. If you're looking up how to do that. We also will have a service pretty soon. If you guys are looking at someone to do that, like I pay for people to build all of mine. I don't edit. I suck at video editing. I don't know about you guys, but like I am god awful at any type of creative video editing, designing, all that. Like I'm horrible. I have to outsource all that. But we have a service that'll probably be out soon where you guys can pay to have people edit them for you if that's something that you guys are interested in. But yeah, that's kind of what it looks like for those. Now, okay, so when it comes to those pieces, now another really cool piece that you can do, oh, dude, Nolan, you'll kill it with this. Do you listen to Frank Kern's podcast?
No, but I follow Frank Kern on Instagram, Facebook. I've seen his webinars a lot.
Okay, so you follow him on Facebook. You see all the lives he does, like the Kern Call lives?
I tune in here and there. I don't watch all of them.
Okay, the whole strategy behind it is basically he's doing what you're doing. You're running ads already, so it's not fully organic. He's running ads already on the fan page, but all he did extra was for a month. So started December 1st, I think, of last year, right? He just did a live every day where all he did was he'd go, hey, yeah, so one of the, biggest things that I talk about, I think everyone should learn about high ticket sales. And so, I think it's one of the biggest things that you can do. I think when you're running paid advertising, you have to have something that's a high ticket offer to be able to do it. If you want to learn how to do high ticket sales, check out highticketsales.com. Right? So what you can do with that is, because when you're making that much of a commission, you can afford to spend way more on advertising to acquire a customer. The problem is no one's really teaching you how to do it. And that's why I'm teaching people how to do it. So if you want to learn how to do it from me, buy highticketsales.com. And then you keep talking. So you do like a 30-minute, it's kind of like a shopping channel network. Have you ever watched the shopping channel and they don't just pitch at the end? You look at a webinar, what do? We wait till the very end of the webinar or the sales video, then we pitch, right? If you watch the shopping channel, what do? Every 30 seconds, they're pitching. And then 30 seconds, they pitch. 30 seconds, they pitch. And they keep talking. And so every day, all he did was do a live video pitching to his product, so high ticket sales or whatever it is that you're selling. And he literally just pitched every 30 seconds in a 30-minute video, and he picked up an extra $300,000 with zero ad spend, just by doing a live video a day, just doing that. And it was just pitching the whole time, no value, like not really valuable. It was 30-second talk pitch, 30 seconds pitch, 30 seconds pitch, over and over and over and over every day. It was crazy.
So I just followed Russell Brunson's templates in Expert Secrets. If you watch my video sales letter and you read Expert Secrets, it's like, holy shit, he copied it word for word.
Dude, that book, if people would just read that book, like, I'm fascinated at how much he just gave away in a $20. Well, I mean, if you buy everything, it's $300 when you buy the whole whatever. But if you just guide the Expert Secrets book, guys, like, even if that's all you did, there is so much in there. Like, there are courses that I've paid thousands of dollars that don't cover what's in that book.
For $8.
Yeah.
Wait. So when you do that
this book, go buy it.
What book? Let me see.
Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson.
Amazing.
If you're wanting to learn how to sell, learn how to do epiphany bridges, learn how to this is amazing.
So you're saying you do a Facebook Live every day or multiple times throughout the day for like 5 days? Is that what you do?
So this would work. The reason why I was saying it for Nolan, and for those of you guys, once you guys start running advertising, it works for Nolan because Nolan's cranking ads right now. So that's why when he goes live, he's going to have an audience because he's running so much in paid traffic. So like he's going to have an audience of people that are going to see that live. If you just try and do a live organically every day for 30 days, it's not going to do too much unless you're super engaging and you've got a lot of virality and people start sharing it like crazy, which is few and far between that people actually get to do that. Like for me, I've never had stuff that's gone viral without me forcing it viral by paying for it, right? Like that's...
What's the link for Dennis Yu? I see someone asking. You were going to...
it's right here. Blitz Metric. Oh, I sent it to Travis privately. Sorry. I thought I sent it to the whole group. Sorry about that. I don't know why it's privately showing up to Travis. There we go. Boom. Blitzmetrics.com/why. That will go over how to shoot one of these types of why videos. Again, it's more of a rapport builder, how to get people to kind of like, know, and trust you. You want to be getting vulnerable and sharing your struggles in there, and kind of like your line in the sand of like why you started even trying, like why you even wanted to look for an opportunity like this. So really, really powerful thing to do. And then on top of it, so that would be the one that I would do for like 3-minute videos. And then for a 3-minute video, sorry. And then I would do a lot of 1-minute videos as well. Now they can get a little tough because a 1-minute video, I don't know about you guys, but I have a hard time cramming whatever I want to say into 1 minute. Can be quite difficult. So a lot of the times what you can do is just do a 3-minute or 4-minute video and just edit it down to 1 minute. Can make that quite easy because you can, a lot of the times you're like, so, when you go, and there's a lot of crap that you can just kind of edit out and chunk it down. So you can do it that way, or you can just try and shoot it straight in a minute, but do like value type pieces. So anything that preferably things that you personally do in your life that you've learned through your experience, whether it's skills, whether it's mindset, whether it's personal development, whether it's just life principles, like things that you can be providing value to the marketplace and building rapport with them, right? So you're giving them something without the expectation of receiving anything yet, right? So you're just going through and just giving, right? Now when you're going through like that, when people end up seeing your conversion ads later on, they're way more likely to buy because they've built rapport with you already, right? Now, you can just go straight to a conversion piece, which is, hey, message me, or hey, comment below for more info, or hey, click this link and watch this webinar, or register, or whatever. What I found is that, like, for a brand new person, it ends up being quite difficult to really dial something like that in. Especially with advertising costs, they've increased by about 4 times in the last probably year and a half. So you're spending about 4 times as much. If you dial it in, like Nolan, like you said, Nolan's getting a CPA of $40, which is profiting on the front end, which is normally something you don't see. But that's,
what do you suggest if someone doesn't have a struggle story? Or
everyone has a story. Not everyone struggled, but everyone has some sort of story. And you got to talk about, like, why are you here? No one's here for like a random reason. No one just was like, yeah, I thought it was a cool idea. I'm here. There's some reason why you're here. There's some reason. And there's some void that you have in your life that caused you to have a value to want to build the business here. Now, some people, it might be a void like me, and I was broke, and my void was I was broke as hell and I had no money, right? Some people have a lot of money, but they have no time. Their void is they don't have time. Mm-hmm. And so the value that they're looking for is to fill the void of not having time, right? Usually people fall in one of the two. They're looking for money or they're looking for time, right? And so there's a reason why you ended up joining this business. We need to figure out what that is, why that was. What was your line in the sand moment? What was the reason why you saw or you saw Nolan or you saw whoever here and you're like, man, I want to work with these guys. I'm sick and tired of the way that I'm living now, and I want to do this. Like, what was that? Like, what was the reasoning behind it? Because there is a reason, and everyone has a story. I think people just don't value it. Like, people, it's a hard time. Like, a lot of people don't value and they don't think they have value to provide, right? Where everyone does. Like, everyone doesn't believe it, but like, there are people that right now need to hear your message, and the only people, I can say whatever the hell I want. Like right now, me, Nolan, anyone here, like me, Nolan, Christopher, all of you guys, every one of us has a different audience. We have a different audience that relates to us specifically. So no matter what I say, if I'm trying to get to Wadia's audience, it's not going to relate to them. If I try to get to Nolan's audience, it's not. But if I get to mine, they're going to get it. They're going to click with me. Same vice versa, though. If Nolan tries to go after like my avatar, right? We're probably a little bit similar. So it might intersect and interlap. But pretty much everyone has a unique audience that they want to be able to relate with. And it's all about communicating your story, communicating like what you stand for, what you believe in, your personal philosophies on life, your personal values that you live by. Like it's letting people know things that you've gone through in your life, things that you've overcome, things that you've learned, like as much that you can let them get to know about you. Because as soon as they start to see like, oh, that happened to me before, or oh, I had that happen to me, or man, I would kind of relate to that. Now all of a sudden you instantly have a connection with that person, right? Now, everyone has different things that have happened in their life. You have different experiences. You have different things that have happened. So you'll have different people that relate to you based on your experiences and things that you talk about and things that you value, right? My one buddy that's in the other room right now, his highest value is extreme sports and snowmobiling. So what does he do all the time? Is he does videos of him snowmobiling and riding extreme sports because that's what he loves to do. And he targets extreme sports people because that's what he loves, right? So he kind of takes what he loves, and now he is able to go and communicate and how he built a business around what he's passionate about. And now he gets to do what he loves more than ever, right? And so it's like finding out what those pieces are. But every one of you guys has a story for sure. It's just about the more you tell it, the more it's going to come out. I highly recommend grabbing Expert Secrets. And even he goes through like the Epiphany Bridge and all the different story, like hero's journey story and both different ways of it. And he will literally, you can just walk through step by step and write your own through that, and you'll have it done. Like it's super easy to do.
And it just works. It sells like crazy.
He's so good. Like it's sickening how good the guy is. Like it's ridiculous. Yeah. So how they recommend that. Now, okay, we got 20 minutes left. So this sucks. Sorry guys. I wanted to be able to touch on way more and be able to cram everything in, but we're gonna just have to jump on more. We'll jump on more. And we'll go over some more stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any type of maybe some questions that people might have about.
I just want to make sure that we get the launch because the launch is something you guys can do right now, and okay. I just think it's extremely something
Did you cover all of it or?
Of the launch? No, I haven't touched it all. That's what I mean. I got to start. I got to jet in 18 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna go into that. Okay. And for all this stuff, like guys, we can go into all of it. Big things that I can like to button in the end part of that. facts tell, stories sell. Get really good at telling your story. Tell it so many times that you get sick of it. Make sure your videos are long if you're doing videos. And don't use technobabble. Don't talk about all the crazy, dumb verbiage of weird things. Like, talk about your story that's relatable. Talk about your struggles, things that you've overcome. Let people like, know, and trust you. And if as you're building this type of content, like split testing, I didn't even touch on that at all. Like, there's so many pieces that we can get into. First thing I would do is just get good at doing content. So if get comfortable on video and get really comfortable with doing this, it'll be one of the most profitable skills that you learn. And if you want to get good at that, shoot a video every single day for 90 days. Literally, it's as easy as that. Shoot a video every day for 90 days on a different topic. And then at the end of 90 days, put video 1 beside video 90. And you're going to look like a completely different person. And you're going to say, I'm way more confident, way more certain. If you're already on that and you're already good at that, do a live video every day for 90 days. Just get in the habit of shooting a ton of video and how to communicate your message. Play around with different ways to communicate it and talk about it. Take a book like Expert Secrets and start using that as different ideas on how to be able to lay out the framework of what you're going to talk about and the positioning of how you're going to communicate it. Right? There's a strategic way to be able to communicate a story. Right? So you go through the hero's journey. It'll tell you a very specific framework of how you can lay out your story super, super easily. And definitely do live videos. They aren't favoring it as much as they used to. It used to be really heavily favored, but it's still favored a decent amount. And just get good at that for now. We can be jumping on a lot more. If you just get good at putting on videos, and even if you start playing around with boosted posts and even just try and get views to the post for $0.01, and all you're trying to look is trying to get views for $0.01, and you can retarget them after. I just don't want to make this too confusing. Okay, we can go on that end. I would put the main thing to take of that, video. Get good at video. Start practicing on that. I'll come back, and I'm sure Nolan will be jumping on different things with Facebook ads and stuff like that. We'll be able to come out a lot more. But if all you did right now is just get really good at communicating on video, it will be one of the most profitable skills that you ever learn. If you need help too, find people on YouTube that you really like, that talk really well on video, and listen to all their stuff and see how they talk and how they communicate and how they explain stories and how they do that. And just like, listen to it on repeat, on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. Shoot as many as you can. Like shoot one every day. Shoot 10 every single day. Really take it seriously. If you get really good at communicating on video, it is a very, very effective way of being able to influence an audience. And it can't really. You can get good at copy, but I really don't think there's a way to be able to influence as powerful as doing on video. Like if you were to take the same copy in a copy letter and you did it on video and you did it right, I feel like there's just a level of energy that you just can't get when you just do text, because it's subject to interpretation and everyone kind of makes up their own picture, where when you can do a really good job on video, you can influence extremely well. And we'll touch on that more. What I really want to touch on here and make sure that we get this, and there's only 15 minutes, is there's a group launch strategy that we basically do every 90 days. It requires 0 ad spend. It is a warm market strategy. So it does require obviously leveraging your warm market that you have on Facebook, but it's done in a very, very effective way where it's done in a compelling and like a really compelling way versus seeming salesy and like pushy and like buy my product and all this stuff. So basically the framework is, say for example, I wanted to do one of these group launches and I was going to do it next week. Now, if I would have already planned this far out. Like I'm not doing this, but let's just say I am, hypothetically. Friday, tomorrow, I would have a post that I would write out. Now, Nolan, you knowing Expert Secrets and how to write good copy, like you or someone that's good at writing copy like that should be the one writing this post, because eventually everyone's going to use this post. So one really good person that writes the copy of it, and then you give it to everyone. And so the whole premise of it is, hey guys, I've been working on something really quietly behind the scenes over the last little while. You guys might have seen this from us. We do this every 90 days. Working on something, a really cool project behind the scenes over the last little while. I can't say too much about it right now, but on Monday, I'm going to be opening a free exclusive Facebook group. So if you want to be able to know more about it, just say, hey, I'm in, and just let me know, and keep your eyes peeled for a post on Monday. That's all it is, right? And you can give a little bit more detail and obviously adding more, but the basic premise is I'm working on something really, really cool. Hyping it up, being very vague and ambiguous. You're not really talking about what you're doing. You're just creating curiosity and excitement and building anticipation. That's really It's an anticipation campaign. That's all you're really trying to do. So at that point, now they get a little buzz throughout the weekend. They're looking for it, and a lot of them will come and I'll get a lot of engagement on that. Now Monday comes around, and you have another post written out. All right, guys, today's the day. Some of you guys might have saw my post on Friday. I was talking about a free Facebook group that we're going to be opening up, and we're going to be doing a live training this Thursday. But the only way for you to be able to get access for it is you got to be inside of the Facebook group. So if you want to get inside of there, comment below that I want to get inside of the Facebook group, and we'll make sure to add you guys in there. Again, I'm shortening this up, but obviously you write better copy than that to do this post. Again, so on the Friday one, you write it, you give it to all 100 people in the team, and everyone's in the group, and they're all doing that, right? Monday comes along, and now you have that new one. Okay, today's the day. You want to get in the group? Comment, I'm in. Again, take the same post, take the same picture, give it to everyone in the team. Now everyone goes and promotes it. By this point, everyone's going like, what the fuck is going on? Every single I scroll through my newsfeed, and all I see is, hey, join this group, join this group, join this group. What is this about? Like, what is going on? So everyone gets pumped up. The whole team gets re-engaged. You'll have people in your team that were like falling off, that haven't done anything in a while, that all of a sudden are like, man, what is this group you're doing? What's going on? I want to be involved. How do I get involved in it? So it's a great culture builder. Everyone gets super excited about it. And now from that Monday forward, you guys are adding hundreds of people a day to this group super easily, just through everyone that's going and just posting these posts with zero ad spend. Super easy to do. You can only do them about every 90 days or so. I'm sure you can see why, like, you can't launch and launch and launch and launch every month, right? So every 90 days, every 6 months, around there. But now you'll get to, like, on average, people will fill a group with about 1,000 prospects by the time Thursday gets around. Some groups do 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. And then what you do is, like Nolan, in your case, what you do is you do the high ticket, that same webinar thing, you do it live, the same presentation. You could even like fake live it, but you live it in the group at whatever, 6 p.m. on that Thursday, but you've just built up all this anticipation. Everyone's got so excited. They're posting about it everywhere. Everyone's all pumped. They're all in the group. They're all just like, man, I can't wait till Thursday. I can't wait till this comes. And then all of a sudden Thursday comes, you do that same training. Hey, here's my high ticket, blah, 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 for $200. Grab it here, that presentation. Boom, you're going to have people get their first sales ever that have never run an ad in their life. You're going to have people that were sitting on the sidelines that were like, I don't know about this stuff, that are now just, because of the excitement and because so many people, like, for the same reason, when you go to a restaurant and you see one with a lineup out the door and you see one with 2 people at it, which one do you go to? I don't know about you, but like, I don't like waiting in lines, but I also don't like going to crappy restaurants. So like, I'll go to where all the people are going, right? This is what it causes. It causes like this frenzy of people all rushing to it. And so people that normally wouldn't have made a buying decision are just caught in the fucking phase, and they just end up getting in because they're like, man, everyone's doing it. This is crazy. I just see it everywhere. Like, I've got to get into this, right? And that, just by doing that. So you set up a free Facebook group. You launch an anticipation post on Friday. You give that post to every single person in your team, right? They all do it on Friday as well. Then on Monday, you open up the Facebook group to everyone. Right? You make sure all of your team that's participating in the launch is in there already. You open up the group to everyone. You do the other post that says, hey, today's the day. Let's get into the group, right? Obviously, better copy than that. But hey, today's the day. Now, from Monday to Thursday, you are just flooding people into this Facebook group. And you're just, like, as many people as you can possibly get in. You're just filling it. And then when it comes Thursday, you launch the training on Thursday, and you'll have a huge influx in sales. I'm so sorry about swearing, you guys. I should have said something beforehand. I definitely swear a lot. It's kind of like exclamation points. I'm not meant to be like offending anyone. It's definitely more of exclamation points for me. But I definitely swear a lot. It's how I talk. I'm always going to swear. I'm sorry. It's how it is. And so you guys do that. This will be amazing. Like, this will be an instant boost of sales of people that have never run ads before. They haven't been able to monetize their existing audience. So they didn't know how they could get it to work. Like, you'll get a lot of people that were like, maybe that have been in for a long time, but they haven't really done much in a while, that now just come out of the woodwork. So like, whoa, what is this? What are you guys working on here? Like, what are you guys doing? It's just a really cool thing to build up some excitement, build out a good team culture, get everyone really, really excited, and then give a really good opportunity for people to start making some sales right out of the gate. And if you're someone like Nolan, like, you'll fill the group with 1,000 people yourself. You know what I mean? And you'll get a massive like, if you're running ads too, like, you can start directing people over to there, but you're already getting the ROI. Like, 13 times. You don't even need to do this, but it's for people that like aren't spending and scaling crazy on ads, that just need something to get a little boost. Because now you take that influx in sales, now you take that what you just made in sales, because you're going to get people that buy that product, you're going to get people that upgrade into Enagic. Now you got a little budget to work with. You take that and you put it into ads and you market the high ticket course, and boom, you got a little bit of an ad budget right out of the gate to go. Oh, I'm so sorry that someone's listening in the car, and I apologize. I am not meaning to swear in front of it. It's how I talk. I apologize for that. So once you start getting it, the only other thing I would touch on is if you guys are running ads, and once you guys get to the point of running ads, and I know we didn't touch on enough of it, but I'm sure with Nolan, you guys are going to be running some more stuff. Find a consistent monthly marketing budget that you can dedicate to, and you can go, I'm willing to spend this even if I make $0 every single month for the next 12 months. Whether that's $300 a month, whether it's $500 a month, whether it's $1,000 a month, whatever that is. But you need to have something that I can commit to every single month. Even if I make $0 for 12 months, I'm committing to spending this much on advertising every single month for 12 months. Not I spend $100 this month, then $300 this month, then $50 this month, then it needs to be consistent. Okay. So even if it's $300 a month, even if it's like at the lowest end, you can do $150 a month, which is $5 a day. At the very lowest end, it's going to be a lot more difficult to get data because you don't get as much data when you're only spending $5 a day. But if that's all your budget is, you can start there. I have a lot of people that start there and we're still able to go on and create success with it. It just takes you more time because it takes you longer to get data because the more you spend, the more data you get, right? And so $5 a day. And if you're consistent, so say it's $150 a month, then what you need to do, if you're going to commit, and I would only, like, if you're going to start to commit to like, I want to learn Facebook ads, dedicate the next 12 months to learning Facebook ads. Like, don't think that you're just going to nail it like Nolan and get it out of the gate. Set a realistic, like, I'm willing to dedicate the next 12 months to learning Facebook ads, right? Some of you guys are going to nail it right out of the gate and hit it week 1. Some of you guys is going to take a month. Some of you guys is going to take 6 months. Some of you guys is going to take the year. Some of you guys are going to hit the year and you still didn't get it. For me, I always went in, and Cameron always installed this to me, and he's my mentor, and he would always install it. He goes, what if it took you 3 years making $0, only spending money on advertising, but at the end of that 3 years, you learned a skill set that gave you the ability to write your own paycheck for life? Would it be worth it? And I said, yes. And if you can't say yes to that, right? Because this is a skill set that you're learning. Like, no one didn't just wake up yesterday and start getting a 13 times ROAS. Like, it takes time, effort, and energy to like learn how to do it. It's not an overnight thing. You know, at least commit some time to be able to do it, because certain people can do it really fast, right? But certain people it takes a little bit longer. So you commit to, okay, $150 a month, whatever it is I'm going to spend. Now, the biggest thing that will help you be able to scale as fast as possible, you need to treat your business like, a lot of people, what they do is they treat their business's money like it's their personal bank account. And I did this in the very beginning, and it's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. When you earn money from Enagic, right? That's not your money. That's your business's money, okay? And that's a very clear difference. A lot of people, what they do is they treat it like it's their personal bank account. And that money goes out just as fast as it came in, and they spend it on dumb stuff. And you got to take it really seriously. This is your business's money, meaning that for the first 12 months, and I would probably even say longer, but I would say for the first 12 months, every dollar you make should go back into your ad budget. Like, if you make $150, if you're spending $150 on ads, right? The first month, you make nothing. Second month, you make nothing. Third month, you make nothing. Fourth month, you make a couple $100. Maybe you make $200 or something. I'm just throwing random numbers. You take that $200 and you put it on your fifth month. Now you have $350 of advertising budget. Right? Now you run that. Now maybe you make $500 that next month. Now you take the $500 and you put that on your ad budget. So it's 500 plus 150. Now you're at 650, right? Now you take that, put that on the next month. Now you make $1,000, right? Now you take the 1,000, put it on the next month. Now you're 1,150. You see what I mean? You got to let it compound over. What a lot of people do, they'll make 200, they'll spend it, and then they'll spend 150 again. They're back at zero. They never get to the point of being able to scale because they keep spending the money that comes in. And so you never give the ability to be able to compound it, right? $150 a month, like, doesn't do that much. it's a place to start, but your goal isn't to stay there. If you knew that every dollar, okay, what Nolan's saying by him saying that I have 13 ROAS?
On the retargeting ad campaign, yeah.
So $13 for those of you guys to know what that means. That means every dollar that he puts in, he gets $13 back. If you had a magic vending machine that every dollar you put in, $13 spat out of it, how many dollars are you going to put in it?
You'd borrow money to put in there.
Exactly, right? You would borrow money. You would do everything in your power to put it in. Once you dial Facebook ads down, it is exactly like that. Because no one knows his numbers, he knows that he's getting a 13 times. Is that 13 times ROAS, including Enagic commissions, or just on the $200?
That's just a front end offer. That's not counting the Enagic sales.
Oh my God, that's sickening.
I know. That's why the only thing preventing us from scaling is I only have 24 hours in a day.
Dude, I'll help you with infrastructure, bro. We literally, over the last 12 months, our infrastructure, our employees are $200,000 a month to be able to handle the level of volume that we do. We have a COO, CMO, CEO, CFO, full departments and everyone, full support team, full tech team, full sales team. We have $300,000 a month just in employees. So it's I can show you how to start, where I would start, what would the people that I would hire first to make it the most efficient. Because yeah, you only have 24 hours. There's no way to do, you can only scale so much. You want to chat? I'm more than happy to show you guys what I would hire first, how I would do it, and help you guys scale that easy.
Yeah.
Cool. So with that being said, guys, group launch, it's really effective way. The reason why I wanted to touch on that is because it's something that everyone can do right now, even if you don't know anything about Facebook ads. You just need one person that can write somewhat decent copy, that can do the post to give to everyone. And then you get everyone rallying together on it, and it'll create a great buzz with everyone. Everyone will get really excited. It'll create a really good culture builder. It'll get people out of the woodworks that were kind of falling off. And it'll get people their very first sales. If you're really good at marketing, it'll get a bunch of sales for you. Or if you have a decent sized audience, you got a big amount of sales. If you're doing it with Nolan with that program, I don't know if everyone's doing that. If everyone is, great, launch that. If not, launch it.
Nolan was just basically saying, hey, I have something. If everybody needs something to learn from, here you go. Yep. And so someone asked a question right here, which was, do we learn just from experience, or is there something we can read or someone that we can learn from?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot. If you guys are doing it with Nolan, I mean, I'm sure
Nolan. So this is a team call with a lot of my leaders.
I don't know the dynamics, so I'm not.
We only have just a few of my leaders. There's only 40 plus leaders on the call, who basically are coming in from different teams. Nolan's was one of my teams out of the 41 leaders. He's just one of the leaders, and he's saying to the other leaders, this is something that I'm doing. This is something that I have. This is something that I sell. If you want to learn how to do ads and all the other stuff that comes with it, here's my course, $200. So
I would pay the 200 if he's getting a 13 times. Okay, one thing for all of you guys to get, when you see someone that's getting a result like that, some of you guys might not have context to that. I'm a marketer. When I hear 13 times ROAS in a retargeting campaign, I have wet dreams about things like that. This is amazing. All of you guys should be throwing money at Nolan to buy this course. For me, I've spent over $250,000 on my education, for mentorship, for masterminds, for personal coaching, for all this stuff. If you aim to all I want to do is develop my skills, and I want to get in front of the people that have the results that I want to buy all of their stuff, and I want to learn everything that I possibly can from these people, because your income is directly proportionate to the amount of value that you provide to the marketplace. The more that you learn, the more that you're able to provide value to the marketplace, the more money you're going to be able to make, right? It's the name of the game. The biggest hack that you can do is find people like Nolan that are willing to sell you a course for $200 that can change everyone's life here, and go through and do that. I'm more than happy as well. We can chat about potentially collaborating on you guys leveraging our education platform. If that's something you guys want to chat about, more than happy to do something like that. But no one's got an amazing, something right there. That's right there. I'm more than happy to help you guys out there too. Whatever you guys think works best for you. I'm more than happy with whatever. I'm more than happy to jump out on these calls and help you more on that in that sense. whatever makes sense. Like I'm down with whatever. It's
yeah. This right here was basically an introduction for everyone that's interested. Just contact me, and I can and we'll figure out the best move and the best strategy, and then I'll implement some things. But this was just basically a call to let you guys know, like, hey, Enagic is the ticket. You need to learn the skills, and you need to have the platform in place, some type of educational platform that can provide you the value and the benefit that you're looking for to gain out of Enagic. Because people don't understand. They see guys that are like, hey, he's a 7-figure income earner. He's a 6-figure income earner in Enagic. Why am I not? It's because we have information that you don't know, and then we can implement these informations that you don't know. So I have a skill set that I've mastered. Matthew has a skill set that he's mastered, and so has Nolan. It's about mastering these different skills. And, of course, this is why we're doing this call. And if you're interested, like I said, just go ahead and contact me, and we'll set some things in motion. And then I'm sure we'll have some more calls in place with Matthew and with Nolan to make this happen, because that's what it's about, man. Look, we've only had, 1% penetration with Enagic with all the millions of people around the world. You know what I mean? We've only sold 1.5 million machines around the world. That came from Mr. Ashiro's mouth at the last 682-3 meeting. So, man, it's game time. It's still brand new. This is the time that don't get distracted with any other thing. There's no other shiny objects out there. Enagic's the ticket. You just need to learn the skills so you can get paid, and you can help other people achieve freedom lifestyle by achieving true health.
I just want to say I apologize to Rose for swearing so much. Just so you guys all know, if I do end up coming on a call again, I do swear, and so don't. If you can, I'm sorry, but it's going to happen. I apologize for that. I'm not meaning any harm by it at all, but if there are kids around, I apologize. That's not my. I'm not trying to offend anyone or.
Okay, it is. It's all good, brother. Listen. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your energy. I mean, you did this with the kindness of your heart, and of course, you want to make you just want to help people, help a Enagic family grow, and get them educated, and that's all it's about. So people can get paid, and we can get to the level where we want to be in life. So appreciate your time and energy, and we'll be looking forward to another call, but this time in a whole different direction, so where people can actually start implementing, getting locked in to an educational platform.
All right. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Love and appreciate all of you guys. Thank you guys for having me out.
And again, blessings on the baby, guys. For those of you who don't know, he has a Kungan queen wife that he's met on his journey through this, and he's about to have a baby girl this month.
Baby boy, actually, next month.
Hey! So my son is 10 months. 11. Yeah, so wait, is it this month?
May 24th.
May 24th. All right, amazing. Yeah, my son was born April last year. So, hey, a little boy, a little Jang. I love it, man. I love it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Blessings to you. Blessings to your family. Everything you have done. You're a servant leader. I really appreciate you.
All right. Anytime, man. Anytime you guys want, I'm down to help collaborate.
Thanks for getting on, guys.
Yeah, Nolan, thank you very much for being a part of this. God bless you guys, and we'll be talking soon. Amen to that.
Thanks.